When I made my modules earlier today, I thought I had more time, but apparently not. Hey, welcome back to more Limbus Company. I'm SlayerMathis, and last time we found out that Regulus is not a fraud, and this time we will be not quite finishing up. We'll be close to finishing up Canto 6. That'll be in 2 episodes time, and we'll have it finished up. But this time, yeah, we're gonna almost get there. I did the kid, I can roll up to that. Although it's always smart to just do a 10 roll, but whatever. To the rooftop, away! Oh, whoops. I was checking what I could do for a rupture team right now, and it's not quite there. We'll be able to get Capstone Hong Lu. I think it's Lord Lu. Next time, or not next time. Next recording session. But whatever. No story, just fights. It's fine. God, even the generic battle music is super hot. I'm probably still gonna end up using Heathcliff the Heartbroken's music as the outro, but even the normal battle themes are amazing. The Golden Bow! Oh my god, that's what we're looking for! What are the 2 golden bows here? I mean, it's a rich family manor, but it's not like they're a corporation or a syndicate. One was acquired by a lantern who spent nearly all his fortune on it, and I wonder who got his hands on the second one. It's possible there may have been involvement with a third party that helped Lieutenant Catherine. Well, information we gathered from Mrs. Saya, it seems to point to Director Herman Vancourt being a third party. Right, how to form a ring research for all people? That's something you see every day. So, you've all been traveling with Heathcliff, collecting the golden bows, yes? Yes. You just had to fight so many people during your journey. I suppose every day's been like a battlefield. Mostly more than enough of our share of battles. Guess I disagree with that comparison. Except we've tasted nothing but victory so far. I see. So why are we looking for the golden bows? Boredom? Maybe to lead us a lot of money? Because that is an act of justice! It's not part of our contracts. I don't know what they're planning to do with the golden bows, though. So, none of you even know why we're collecting golden bows. Aren't you scared, Heathcliff? Doing everything the company asks you to do without asking a single question. Do you ever worry about what comes next? No. You always have a singular goal? We all do. This goal could keep them honest of our individual goals. So no, never been afraid. You hear the faint sound of horse hooves echoing from above us. And I have but one goal. I have to go after that gate. Gallop and take Catherine to the rooftops with the golden bows. But isn't it too late now? We're slow, he's swift. Regulus bought us this opportunity. He must have had to sacrifice something of his to get here. Yeah, decision for our sakes. I will not waste this chance. You're going to the rooftops, right? Yes. The bastard keeps sending those dregs after us. What we need isn't the strength to defeat them. All we need is a little time. Faust, I'm asking instead of pure curiosity, but do ask. There's gotta be a good reason my head is, of all things, in the shape of a clock, right? It can be said that the shape was not determined randomly without intent, as every shape is followed by concepts and symbols adherent to the laws of causality. And the golden bow has powers that I'm yet to be aware of. You're not asking a question, you're asking for a confirmation. If that is the case, then do as you will, as one sees the stars in the night sky. If I can, a clock with the golden bow, or whichever it is, can turn back time, then what's to say that I can't accelerate it or shorten it? Besides, I now want my Heathcliff to be tied down to his past like the Heathcliff from the other world was. Do you feel that? We're faster! Faster after outrun our enemies. It's not temporal acceleration, to be precise. It would be more accurate to say that we are in a temporal deceleration field that slows everything except us within a certain radius. Whatever it is, we'll catch up to him in no time. Oi, Clocka, this you doing? I think so. The Sinners could have complained that this would have been very helpful a while ago, but I had nothing to say to them. Even I didn't know that I had access to such power. I just began to feel the possibility out of nowhere. Everyone I've gone through in my life. Either ignored me, scorned me, or simply lost the plot before we even had the chance to build anything. It was always a mess. Hey, you, Clockhead. What's wrong with you? I saw only hope for me. You don't need to go this far for my sake. Government will give 2 shots about any of this. And the Sinners won't either, so why are you trying so hard? I don't deserve anything. Because Heathcliff, focus! Get away! Bollocks. Let's crack off now! We'll get a little bit more details about Progretia in a moment, but from this point on, every single canto we will be gaining an extra, a thing that is based off of our good old friends, the Sephira. Progretia being based off of Hokma. Good old Hokma. Blockma himself. And he goes backwards from that. Stop! Why don't you get away this time? Give my Catherine back, you get. Even if you were to pursue me, even if you were to grab me, it will change nothing! Catherine has already left you! That is the most undeniable truth, isn't it? Shove up the soil and exhume her body for all you want. But this is an immutable truth. There she lies, wearing an ineffable, ethereal smile. She always is. I know. Well, try my damnedest to change it. Shut me! Change it! Allow me to relieve you of the struggle! You will suffer, long for her as much as eternity permits, searching for Catherine, who is long gone from this world, until your heart finds peace. Every strand of despair leads to the same answer. At the end of every path, you will mutter to yourself that once your repentance is complete, you shall lie beside her in that coffin with your cold, still heart. I merely mean to lift the years of that suffering from your shoulders. Join the other Heathcliffs in their trail of penitence, and I shall grant you the early peace of your heart that you so deserve. Sort off! I don't need your shut idea of peace. That's not how I want to find my peace. I wonder if you would say the same thing, even with the revelation that all of this is exactly what Catherine wanted.
Times I've made up my mind. How much you must have suffered for my anger, vulgar, awkward composure. Here we are at the fated land. I shall make it end.
We get an early Millie out on this time. This Behead Heathcliff's is different from the previous one. Well, the previous one was just 10 SP and then 2 offensive up when hit. 3 times per turn. This time it is just 1 3 times per turn, and we get the Delahan effect. The line that we missed is that with this fight, he says, "It matters not what kind of Heathcliff you are, I shall embrace every Catherine mine." As with the last time against Earl King, we are going to want to immediately clash up against him with Heathcliff. Just the smart idea there. We could save Nightmare Hunt for the time being, I think. Whoa. That's probably like that. I'm gonna pop out the Goodbye Now or Sorrow Later. I think that's what it is. That makes sense, but not exactly guaranteed to make sense when you're dealing with abnormalities. But it's good to dump that all into our big boss enemy first things first. And just as last time, does have the explosive affinities. So I want to focus on whoever has it. Josephine is our first one for this time. Gotta bump a bunch of gloom to her. This one is SP damage. go with you, and just to make sure, we'll drop 3 attacks into him. Yeah, we can sink right away. Damn. Ooh. Alright. There we go. Okay. Ooh. We're getting pretty unlucky here. We've had quite the bad luck with our heads on our we've had bad luck on our 50-50s. Okay, not bad. Oh, he wasn't actually staggered. Yeah, still keep you onto there. 10 sinking, which we don't quite get, I don't think. Yeah, it's all after attack. We'll have some pretty high clash bar on that at least. But pop into there. I think it is still smart to dump a decent bit into Earl King. Especially if we can grab the stagger. But Nightmare Hunt's gonna be our best. Yeah. Didn't get to the amount required in order to get the plus coin boost. That was the AoE too. Ooh, that hurts. And target, ooh, plus 10 clash power. That's gonna be painful. Because we didn't get the 15 HP off Josephine. I think if we won with the whatever the move's actually called, then it would have been great, but we just kind of have to let that hit. Take the we Dullahan. No. Overthinking it. Because I think it's next turn that you get it, I'm pretty sure. So, kind of just have to deal with that. Still pop... actually, we'll go with that. Actually, no. Go there. Drop you in. Fluid Sack would be really nice right now, but we're going to save it for the time being. We're going to save it for the moment. Yeah, I'll go like that. Our sanity is not great right now. I do understand that the Fluid Sack would be very good in terms of making up for that, but yeah. It doesn't have... Oh, we have Explosive Gloom this turn at least, so we can at least drag that one down. That kind of sucks, but oh well. Unless we Requiem? No, roll a 6. We need one more coin, I think. I guess we'll just have to body sack. Earlier than I would have liked, but we kind of just need to at this point. What's this sinking at? On use, coin power +1, that'll be what? But he's gonna roll pretty high. Two sinking count, one confiscation, just do that. Guess. No, he'll get staggered. So So actually, in that case, he should get staggered at least. Ew, that did not roll very well. Is that even Beak's dialogue for this point in the game? Might be. We might actually now get stagger. Okay, we got it at the very end there, but he might recover some. No, he won't. Okay, that's cool. Requiem should do a lot of damage. Raimi's will do quite a bit. Pop that in. As which commands to reset the echoes. Yeah. And going to keep the keep that in. Build up Ascendi a little bit more. Or build up the poise rather. And get a real nice AoE in this next turn, which is Gloom, or Envy rather. This is a very dangerous one. So, I want to make sure that Heathcliff is countering with that. Sync would be very nice on this. I think we might just have to ignore Hindley, I guess. Yeah, I think we'll just ignore Hindley, and we could ignore that one as well. I know that Fuse Blade of Ramir. Do that. Yeah, I think let's try to make sure that we take out Josephine. Yeah. I think let's see through his next dagger pretty far out. Pretty solid there. Elkane's gonna lose out on a decent bit of sanity. I'm liking that we're keeping him at around negative 30. I think it's probably a little bit safer for us than to get him all the way to panic. Because if he doesn't panic, he can't get right back up to... Okay, we can take out the... Linton, I think it is. Yeah, we can take out the Linton next turn. And I forget exactly how this fight works in terms of killing midway through. I don't quite remember. I remember if it immediately destroys them. Yeah, Otis not the best out there. Okay. So I think it does explode the other Wild Hunt. Which is what I thought it was, but I couldn't fully remember. Also, this will be quite the long episode, which... not a problem. Plus Envy for us. Get into Deep Bereavement, so we'll go with... is it Head Flip? Alright, it's Absorb Standing with it. So we'll pop in that. Probably Adjusting would be our next bet. Go like that. That should be fine. get a tiny bit more butterfly in so that maybe we can have a bit more guarantee that our Gregor lasts that long. Wow. Yeah, missed out on a lot of possible heads there. Yeah, well. Right for death, Dullahan! It's unclashable, which is a bit unfortunate, but also it's going to deal not that much damage. It still will deal damage, but who's it all hitting? Greg has an evade. Right? Yeah. That's the only one. Yeah, Faust is a guard. We'll at least, you know, save out on a bit of our... yeah. We'll at least be able to save out on a bit of sinking hitting us. Unless we stagger and I... oh, I didn't realize we were that close to stagger. Oh well. Lincoln Gregor isn't the highest damage out there. Nightmare Hunt is very strong, but that's really the only big thing it has. Go with that, go there. Gloom, okay. He actually has a lot of weaknesses, too. But Gloom is the #1 weakness that he has, so... conveniently. All also what we have. Pop that. Go with that. Not nearly as much damage as I was hoping for, which is a shame. Onto Wrath now, which is Replementer. I'm actually gonna go with that. I'm gonna go with the Beheading instead of Requiem. Pop you. And that's unfortunate. We'll just go with that instead. And we will finally use the Fluid Sac. Just making sure everything is being clashed. Lead is not fun. Ooh. Ow. It kinda sucks that Lincoln Gregor is the only sinking Gregor. Jesus Christ. Or okay. You know, a little head's less than half the time. Oh. Less than 60 or whatever. You get what I'm trying to say. Fluid Sac is gonna be very nice, especially since we're rolled head. Maybe a bit late in the fight to use it, but still not a bad thing. That definitely helps out both our Salaments, because obviously Yisong constantly is losing its sanity due to Salamence, while let's actually focus all in on Lamenter. Maybe we can... ah, not quite. Well, okay. I think as Mistress commands we'll get it, but we didn't avoid all the damage. Now, I believe the Explosive Wrath is the one that you really want to make sure you get. Coincidentally, also the toughest one. Because Wild Hunt of Desolation is very strong. Especially if you can't take out all of the minions beforehand. Luckily, his speed is set to 1 for the turn, so that is very nice for us, but still do want to at least do some damage to him. Oh, you're... okay. So actually, I guess we'll do like so. Again, at least with the explosive breath, it means we're not taking extra damage. Because, yeah. There's minus 100% damage. I think it's kind of a lie. I don't know exactly what the calculation on it is, but... yeah, it's not insignificant damage, but also not damage that we're really super worried about. I'm gonna ignore the henchman. I think that's fine for us to do. Sucks that Ryoshu and Yisang both got staggered, but ooh, Royal King was at very high sanity. Getting chipped down now at least is nice. We'll be that next turn. Get 19 HP. So what we do is we go all in on those. Give Catherine back. She is forever lost! Her consciousness is broken, scattered to 1,000 pieces. Shall not do much worse than to make me give up. Heathcliff the Earl King falls to his knees. We're less than 10 paces from the rooftop. We had to stop him from going up the stairs no matter what. He is bound. I'm gonna hold him with these chains for much longer. Neutralize the target as soon as possible. Fucking hype that Merceau finally decides to do something, like, without being prompted, and it's fucking using ego. Knife that wretch unconscious. One of the lesser-known skills butlers to keep the foes neutralized. Dante, our film's priority should be finding out who it was that showed the Earl King about Heathcliff's and Catherine's in every world. The one who opened his eyes to the mirror worlds. I see now. Faust, you only have the potential to know all things, not the knowledge of all things. That statement pertains to me, then yes, but that is... I suppose we'll find out when it's your turn. One thing at a time, Faust. Let's think about this from the very start. Understood. The very first question is how... we must ask us how Catherine suddenly gained a keen interest in studying the mirror worlds. Hearing that she had led a relatively normal life before Heathcliff's departure, this behavior seems highly irregular. Especially given that there was someone acting behind the scenes, egging her on. Indeed, someone who handed the mirror to Catherine, leading her to create the laboratory. Someone who had to have invited the Earl King Heathcliff to this manor. With someone close to Catherine. Someone who she relied heavily on. Executive Manager, allow me to voice a few suspicions. Call what Nellie said when we first discovered the golden bow of the basement. That golden bow you were looking for? She did say that. Executive Manager, she could have known that we were actively seeking golden bows. She never shared that information with her. And I think she should have known at the stage what Catherine's will stated, that she was leaving the golden bow with Heathcliff. And, when we encountered the dead rabbits in the corridor, she claimed that the word on the street is that we must wear the dead rabbits with red eyes, but as you're well aware yourself, in the streets, their eyes would not have had any color. Right. Everything at an angle, she could see their eyes. The only man that she was already aware of that fact before we encountered them. Nellie. Don't let Nellie anywhere near Heathcliff. We're too late. Now send to the rooftops, Heathcliff. Nellie? Why talk to him? You still not understand! 'Twas Nellie who invited me to this manor. She summoned me here, gave me information I needed to utterly destroy that fool Hindley. Oh, and 'twas Nellie who introduced him to that girl, Isabella. Do not ask me why, for the answer is quite plain, because we were both tired of enduring. King Heathcliff, now freed by Nellie's hand, disappeared to the rooftop of the manor. Kind of sad that Nellie betrayed her. She was cool. Still is cool. Don't get me wrong, but life stolen. No, shit, I forgot that. Nellie, you betrayed me. This manor's never been on your side. Not even once. And Heathcliff, I find it rather vexing that you use the expression betrayal. Heathcliff slowly approaches Nellie. Can't imagine the level of betrayal he must be feeling. Tell me why? You've really changed, Heathcliff. The old you wouldn't have bothered to ask even the same question before spinning that big skull. I'm asking because it's you! Do I really have to destroy even a childhood? Heathcliff, what are you most afraid of? I wasn't afraid of the ghost that Miss Catherine claimed to have seen. I was afraid of the tempest that sometimes shook his manner, how violent Mr. Hinman would get when he was drunk. Until one day I became afraid. I became afraid of an old woman whose heart and body were aged beyond their years. I was that old woman. An old woman who suffered because of you, Heathcliff, and Miss Catherine in every world. Round and round you and Miss Catherine went, both plagued by the hatred, the misunderstanding, the terrible obsessions. And I, in every world, was always dragged under their wheel of destruction, suffering and struggling to my last haggardly breath. Again and again and again. The worst thing was that all of us were ignorant of our doomed fates. I hadn't even an inkling that the two of you were consuming every minute of my life little by little. So I showed it to her too. I told her that it was a mirror shard that showed the beholder whatever their heart wished to see. The glass shards can make countless cracks into the hearts of humans, shape the very foundation of one's existence. And now the mirror worlds can suck the meaning out of every struggle, everything that one has worked for in their entire lives. It plants the seeds of doubt in their hearts. Doubts about the very path one seeks to take in their life. It's enough to make them attempt to meddle with themselves and other worlds, believing that it is the right thing to do. Something has shown Nellie that mirror. It must be precisely their intended outcome. Yet the mirror technology that allowed for such a high degree of interactivity and speed. I think began to unravel all on its own. She conversed with someone on the other end of the mirror for a long time. Someone who was suffering as much as she was. Then the laboratory began to take shape. She must have known even in her wildest dreams. She had once doubted me, and if she closed her eyes for more in the coffin, as naive as any other sheltered child, a caged bird. I suppose it wasn't only naivete, but also her own temperament. She was the kind of person who always had to be at the center of everything. But please, do not deny every memory we've shared together. The pity I felt for you as they abused you, wishing that you would live your best life, a life better than everyone else's, were all my aunt's feelings. Both with their own dialogue at this point. At this point, Heathcliff gets affection and hatred. See the effects there. Gain SP on every turn. You have Durante, more damage up, less than 10 SP attack power up. I entirely forgot to mention Durante. The sapling of light abilities are once per day. This is actual day. Effects that we can use. Pagrisha is not the best. Halves the speed of all enemies. It's situational, but a lot of the time you do have some pretty good speed ranges. So it's pretty underwhelming when you just have Pagrisha. However, this is why I didn't have. So I was planning to do a just run through to show off the effects of Pekat Ishmael. In that dungeon, but would have been a spoiler for Durante existing. As for Nelly, she's a bit of a tough fight. I don't remember her being like super duper difficult, but definitely not easy by any means. We don't get to luck into, constantly being able to lower sanity by clashing Heathcliff, but we'll still at least do pretty nicely here. Nelly is a very fast opponent, so better to mention that we have Pagrisha here as opposed to with Earl King. Not that Earl King isn't fast, but it's not the fastest. Earl King's just kind of fine in terms of speed range. This is why I said that this episode would take a pretty long time, just because we also have to fight against Nelly. Hatred, all of that. Again, I really like Nelly. She's a very interesting character. I do know that in the actual Wuthering Heights book that she's the narrator, and From what I understand, she's a pretty unreliable narrator in Wuthering Heights. But here she's just, like, it's very understandable why Nelly would come to the conclusion she does. Because, like, I mentioned before that it's kind of interesting how there's certain constants with people in every mirror world. And it seems like Nelly's was that she was always kind of caught in the crossfire between Heathcliff and Catherine. And, understandably, not exactly the biggest fan of doing that. Okay, we do get the minus 45 sanity this turn. Capture is very strong. Yeah, it's, Flash power plus 8 for people who have Butler's Mark, which is pretty high. But we're just gonna focus on, you know, someone who doesn't have that. Luckily, we've been doing pretty good. I guess this fight actually wasn't all that difficult. It's not 16, that's why. It's like, that seems a bit high, but... God damn. Oh, Butler's Mark. That's the reason why. God damn. Heathcliff's skill 3 is really strong. Whether it's Requiem or Lament Mourn Despair, it's really good in general. That's Nelly staggered. Sadly, right now we are kind of wasting our sinking stack, but I think we have echoes right now. Pretty sure we do. We get to maintain that a bit. A woman stands before us. Her body and mind are spent, weighed down and sinking to the oblivion of time. Whoa! What a shock! Heathcliff has a really high modifier. Oh my god. Heathcliff approached Nelly. There was not desire in Nelly's eyes. Perhaps it was envy, perhaps it was anticipation. She gave me your most beautiful, most alluring. It was as gorgeous as a lovely manicure. Nelly shuddered, caught by an ineffable emotion. She mutters in a cold, detached voice. There I saw. The kind of life that was laid out before me. Heathcliff leaped backward away from the sudden metallic noise, but it was too late. The chains that exploded from Nelly's suitcase were wrapped around Heathcliff's arm. Refuse to be bound by you and the miss. It's done. Though Heathcliff's movements may be restricted, maybe there's a way to use that against Nelly. 2 damage up. No. Doesn't really matter right now. We do have the Echoes of Manor for next turn that we can inflict. It's Clash Power. I want Coin Power up instead. Build up that. Okay. And I really hope that we don't... Oh, we're fine. The Echoes of the Manor is incredibly important for sinking. Just because it can actually maintain your stack pretty well. And, goddamn. I'm gonna do incredibly here. Combat and inflict Brian, yeah. So, it's, like, fine, but I thought I remembered Nelly being tough, but apparently not. This is quite the rudimentary fight. And then we clash there. We're not having much issue. Some of it is also, I think we got a little bit lucky with the timing that we had on things. Happening to get the staggers as we have so that we're not... We never had the chance to build her sanity back up. Always being stuck at the minus 45. It doesn't matter at this point. We are probably going to be able to take her out this turn. 266 is a lot of damage, though. It's a lot of HP, but potential up to 98 with Greg. I don't think we actually get it this turn. It's not impossible, but not likely, especially if we're missing a lot of heads with Nightmare Hunt. 89, 70, yeah, we're not doing 70 damage confiscation. Close, but not quite. 30. I mean, like some solid... Like, it's solid, but... Honestly, we can just, like... I don't know, we can just, like... go all in on a single attack point. Yeah. I thought I remember this fight being pretty tough, but apparently not. Again, sinking is skewing my things. Miss Catherine was difficult from time to time, but I know she's not even the times we've spent together. I miss late Mr. Inshaw Sr. from time to time. No, I've never lived a life full of hate, animosity. I'm struggling desperately to change my destiny. To get here, I worked myself to the bone, trained and worked harder than anyone else to become the chief butler. Move. So never to reach rooftops. So that's a fruitless effort. Although Heathcliff's already there. That's how this tale shall end. Just a better ending, isn't it? It took even some of the smallest courage to talk to one another. Stop it. You always believed everything I told you without even one iota of doubt. Every little twist, every little nudge I made in my tales, take as truth. No, miss, he hasn't sent your letters. I'm quite certain that he must be living a good life out there somewhere. I'll send the invitation, miss. It's not the same Heathcliff didn't even bother writing, but when he sees it, he'll have no choice but to return to the manor. Call her opening letter. She has her mind silent to me, no one can ever convince her otherwise. You admired more people than you could imagine to your business. You do not even talk to one another, nor do you ask questions. Do you believe that you even deserve to move on with such slothfulness? No more. That's tale ends here. Sadly, the least fitting of our... Well, one of the least fitting. Oh, damn. I can take care of that eventually. Is that the only one I'm missing? Yeah. I'll take care of that eventually. But that will do it for this time. And next time... Yeah. Next time, we will be finishing up Canto 6. But until then... Oh, there's only one more battle after this. Till then, see you guys later.